Selamat datang, saya John Wee dari kabarinews.com. Hari ini kami ada Pak Heri. Apa kabar Pak Heri?
Baik-baik, Pak John, apa kabar?
Baik, silakan introduce yourself ya. Asal dari mana, lahir di mana, dan sampai bisa ke Amerika
Saya
bagaimana?
Heri, saya lahir di Sumeneb, Madura, kota kecil di Jawa Timur, paling ujung kota Madura,
Paling ujung ya. Terus
paling ujung ya.
bisa ke Amerika bagaimana?
Dulu saya ke Amerika, pertama saya ke Amerika itu turis, terus saya sekolah, terus dari sekolah kerja, kawin, ya begitulah.
Sekolah apa di sini?
Saya di sini sekolah di Georgetown College, Carolina juga. Ya,
Oh,
saya
mana?
dari ITS dulu, habis dari ITS Surabaya terus ke sini. Institut Teknologi 10 November Surabaya. Kalau di Jawa Timur ada ITS, kalau di Bandung ada ITB.
Oh, bagus dong gitu. Terus melanjutkan sekolah major technical juga di Amerika?
No, it was accounting.
Accounting, kayak saya dong. Accounting, oke.
I
Terus,
never have any background in the
ya,
culinary actually. I'm
iya.
just doing by learning.
Oke, bikin keputusan untuk tinggal di Amerika, bukan pulang ke Indonesia. Bagaimana itu sampai perjalanannya gimana?
Saya di sini jadi kawin, kawin terus punya anak, jadi tinggal di Amerika. But meanwhile, saya itu sempat pulang ke Indonesia, sempat mau kerja balik di Indonesia, Terus, birokrasi itu sangat susah, Pak. Sangat susah birokrasinya. Saya di situ tuh 8 bulan, Pak. I try to do some project with my friend. And then, one of the thing I miss my children too. So I end up going back here.
Di Amerika pun ada birokrasi.
Oh no, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. I do everything myself, when I started back from Indonesia, I had nothing left.
Datang ke Amerika tahun berapa?
98.
Oh, abis May Riot?
Yep. That's what I went here. Yep, I was the riot. Yep.
After the riot.
Lulus sekolah.
Okay. Terus langsung ke East Coast atau ke West Coast dulu?
Di California pertama.
California. Tinggal di mana
California? It's not
California?
very far from your city.
Kenapa?
It's not very far from your city. San Francisco, right?
San Francisco, ya. Terus habis itu sekolah di South Carolina, ya?
Ya, sekolah di South Carolina sembari kerja.
Kenapa pilih South Carolina?
Well, sebelum ke South Carolina saya di Florida. Kawin di Florida, punya anak di Florida. I was working at Bass Pro Shop. Kawin sama orang Indonesia.
Okay. Love at first sight, ya?
Yeah. But it wasn't last long. I end up
nggak last long.
Terus saya kawin lagi sama orang Cina.
Orang Chinese, okay. Di South Carolina, ya?
Di Carolina, ya. She might join us.
Sebenarnya bisnis major dari accounting, terus teknik, ya. Bisa sampai ke restoran gimana tuh?
But if we got something, if the mode just to survive, we gotta do anything to survive, I was doing my mechanical thing, when I was in Miami, I was working for the AC company, but I end up, I was saya dulu di Fort Lauderdale, so driving to Miami, kind of like far.
Yeah.
And then, kalau kerja di restoran itu kan saya bisa dapat makan gratis, Pak.
Apalagi jadi waiter bisa dapat tips.
Too far.
Jadi mulainya di Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yap.
Itu pengalamannya ya.
Yeah. I started, it was very bad. I was started with the dishwasher. Well, I can speak a little bit English. They put me in the busboy. I can speak a little bit English. So dari dishwasher ke busboy. Dari busboy ke server. Terus dari server, man, I just want to do something else, you know. So I end up in my day off, I was doing sushi for free. I do it for free.
Sushi for free. Coba terangkan apa maksudnya sushi for free.
Basically, in my day off, I help my my friend sushi chef that own the sushi bar. You don't need to pay me. Let me learn.
Jadi mulainya dari situ. Itu berapa lama itu?
Mulai dari situ. Mungkin belajar sushi itu 2 bulan, Pak. Habis
Oh,
itu
2
saya
bulan.
apply job, you know, in my day off. Ya, kerja di restoran Jepang.
Di Florida?
Di Florida juga.
Ya, berapa lama di situ?
Di situ saya kerja di Florida itu, man, you know, mungkin 3 bulan, 6 bulan, Pak. Begitu saya tahu, saya kerja lagi di tempat lain. Habis itu saya kerja di Bass Pro. Bass Pro itu selling like outdoor equipment.
Jadi dari sushi ke jual outdoor equipment gitu, outdoor furniture.
Yeah. With outdoor equipment, we try anything to be survive, you know. Okay. After that one, I was real estate agent. I thought you are real estate broker.
Yeah, I'm a real estate broker.
And then for some point I was an appraiser.
Okay, appraiser. Okay.
Appraiser.
Okay, terus?
Terus. Man, I ended up open the restaurant. That's what I started on.
How did you get into a restaurant business?
Well, I started with the restaurant from dishwasher, anything, you know.
But why?
Like,
why restaurant? Why? What make you motivated untuk buka restoran? Itu nggak gampang buka restoran ya?
It's nothing come easy. It's nothing come easy, you know. But I've been trying anything. I've been trying the, you know, like my engineering thing. I've been trying in
real estate,
real estate appraisal or something like that.
Equipment,
and the restaurant sucked me up again. And that time, bekas istri saya itu pingin buka restoran. Okay, let's buka restoran. Kita buka pertama restoran tuh restoran buffet di China buffet di Fort Lauderdale.
Jadi mulainya China buffet bukan Japanese restaurant ya. Oke. Terus?
Ya. Terus habis itu di Fort Lauderdale. Habis itu waktu saya kerja di Bass Pro, saya ditaruh di restorannya di call Almorada Fish Company.
Kenapa taruh di Almorada Fish Company? Kenapa?
Karena saya ada di Bass Pro itu own the Almorada Fish Company. Bass Pro is like, it's not like public, you know, like private owned company, but that's big company.
Okay.
Jadi they don't sell any stock or anything. They own a restoran juga. Terus karena saya ada background restoran, saya ditaruhnya di restoran. Terus habis itu dia mau buka Bass Pro Shop sama restoran di Myrtle Beach. So they send me right here.
Okay. Terus?
Ya. I've been in the Bass Pro while I was here sekitar 2 tahun. Then I open another restaurant.
Nah, ini opennya untuk sendiri atau masih sama under the
sendiri?
Sendiri, oke. Okay.
Ya.
Nah, itu interesting. Itu restoran Jepang atau restoran itu?
Itu restoran Jepang ya, karena saya udah kerja di restoran Jepang. It was basically some Thai, some Japanese. They call it Indo-Thai.
Indo-Thai. Indo-Thai restaurant. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Dari Indo-Thai itu kita punya 2 restoran. Saya cerai, Pak.
Oh, cerai waktu itu?
Ya.
Terus?
Cerai, man, it was worse. Dari punya 2 restoran jadi punya 0 restoran.
Okay, ke 0 restoran. That's okay. That's okay. Ya, you know, kita belajar dari failure kan.
Well, on that time it was very for me, you know. It was sangat susah. We were fighting about everything that we have, right? Yeah. Akhirnya, man, the more we fighting, you know what I mean? It's not good. So finally, if you want to keep it, just keep it the mall. Saya balik ke Indonesia, Pak. That's what I told you that I tried to start business in Indonesia, but man, the bureaucracy.
Jadi masih waktu balik ke Indonesia sudah divorce ya?
Udah Dari post 2010.
2010.
2009. Ya 2009 gitu.
Oke, terus berapa lama di Indonesia?
8 bulan Pak. I miss my kid, Terus saya juga ini Pak, saya mau bikin PT itu take me so long. Mau bikin CV take me so long. Even I got a lawyer too, I pay lawyer on that time 15 juta kalau nggak salah Pak.
Masih take a long time ya?
Take long time, like 6 months or no. I figure, man, screw this one. I'm gonna go back to US.
Oh begitu ceritanya.
So I go back to US with $200 Pak.
Hanya $200?
$200.
Terus balik ke sini
kan habis cerai Pak. Habis cerai itu utang itu kalau nggak salah itu 65.000 Pak.
65.000 Pak.
Mobil, credit card, macam-macam.
Ya, terus?
I started with minus. Itu 10 tahun lalu Pak.
What happened after that? You came back?
After that one man, saya udah nggak ada apa-apa Pak. Jadi sebelum saya balik ke sini, saya itu catain semuanya. Apa-apa restoran sushi yang mau saya kerjain atau apa, And then when I come over here, I just have $200. I don't have anything.
Jadi tinggal di mana?
Saya tinggal di mobil, Pak.
Oke, tinggal di mobil. Paling sedikit masih ada mobil kan? Masih ada mobil ya Pak Heri?
Kenapa ada mobil Pak? Ini kan, kenapa ada mobil? Mobil itu Pak, mesinnya itu mogok Pak. Jadi di bengkel. That's the reason I have a car, because otherwise I have nothing,
I see. Jadi dibetulin mobilnya terang ya?
Terakhir, saya kan nggak ada duit Pak. Jadi, tapi saya masih ada bekas kawan atau apa gitu ya. Akhirnya saya itu kerja Pak, kerja diantar gitu. Tapi saya masih diantar, sambil dibenerin mobilnya. Jadi kerja apa aja. Ini saya dapat kerja diantar itu Pak.
Oh kerjanya you diantar oleh orang. Oke. Di mana?
Akhirnya
di mana itu?
I'll be able to fix the car.
Di mana itu waktu di kerja
di sini di Myrtle Beach.
Oh Myrtle Beach, oke. Terus? Ya mobil
That's
udah jalan.
And then I'll be able, to fix the car because my friend was the mekaniknya. Jadi,
that's good.
Asalkan saya bisa nyicil Pak.
Oh, that's good. Terus? Abis itu gimana? Itu lagi struggling moment ya, 2010
super
ya?
Struggling Pak, super. Kan $200 itu Pak, $200 itu saya HP nggak apa, saya beli HP di Walmart $80, tinggal 120.
Tinggal 120. Tapi perlu itu ya.
120. Ketemu anak senang banget. Habis itu saya, cuman belas kasihan orang itu diantar-antar gitu Pak. Sembari saya, benerin mobil, terus saya tinggal di mobil. Tinggal di mobil itu kadang malu Pak, you know what I mean? Tinggal sama orang banyak-banyak gitu. I don't know, for some reason I have so much confidence about myself. I always have like, man, I got so much confidence. And tidur 4 jam Pak. Begitu kerja pagi jam 6. Jam 6 saya itu kerja di grocery store. Habis pulang dari grocery store, saya kerja di restoran. Terus tidur itu sebentar Pak. Saya itu tidur di mobil itu 1 mingguan. Habis itu saya punya duit bisa nyewa kamar ke kawan itu. Jadi kalau saya udah nyampe itu, saya akan ada laptop. Saya laptop itu Pak, pergi ke McDonald's. Jadi pinjam wifi di situ.
Oke.
I send all the email to the grocery store or anything, you know what I mean? To sell something inside the grocery store. Any grocery store I sell it. I send all the email.
Sell
sushi.
Oh, sell sushi. Jadi bikin susinya di mana?
Di inside grocery store.
Oh, oke. Jadi bikin susinya di inside the grocery store itself.
Yap.
Tapi itu susinya waktu bikinnya itu sendiri, perusahaan sendiri atau
Ya, perusahaan
kerja
sendiri.
perusahaan sendiri.
Perusahaan
Tapi
sendiri.
mulainya dari
So,
situ ya.
yeah, on that time I have no money or anything, so
Yeah.
I asked my professor to help me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told them, I don't have money to pay you, but if you stick with me, I'll make you some money. And
Oke,
he's
jadi
agreed.
partner. Jadi partner.
He doesn't want to be partner because he doesn't want to take any risk,
Yeah.
He doesn't. He trusts me, but don't really trust me.
Itu salah kali ya. Okay. So basically, you open, I guess, a small booth di supermarket atau grocery store ya.
Yeah.
Tapi
Well, it's
you
nothing
kerja,
come easy to get to the supermarket. It's nothing come easy. You gotta have so much process.
ya. Tapi you kerjain sendiri semuanya kan? Masih you didn't hire
Semuanya saya
people.
kerjain sendiri sama, I think I can speak English. Most American, they probably don't understand me when I speak English, This is why I bring this my professor to talk to them, to interpret what I need to say to them in his language, because he's professor. They got contract with the grocery store, Lowe's Food.
Okay, and itu kontraknya buat satu tempat atau beberapa tempat?
Pertama mereka cuma kasih 3 tempat. 3 tempat itu karena the old company was doing so bad.
Okay.
Was doing so bad, and then I got more and more, Sekarang saya itu ada sekitar 33 sushi bar di Lowe's Food.
Okay, jadi you yang jalankan sendiri ya?
No, I sell the franchise.
Jadi mulai dari 1, sekarang sudah ada 33 franchisees ya?
Ya. Habis itu
bagus.
I start open the restaurant again.
Okay. Ya, jadi ini selain franchisees yang atau you jadi franchisor, okay, dari sushi yang buka di banyak supermarket ya. Sekarang you buka restoran lagi, betul kan gitu?
Ya. Saya buka sekarang ada 15 restoran.
15 restoran sushi.
Yang we do business together.
Nah, maksudnya restoran franchisees juga?
Bukan. It's nothing to do dengan franchise. Franchise just the sushi. Jadi kalau Pak E umpamanya ada open another store di mana di grocery store. I train the people to put them right there. That I sell my franchise to those people.
Ya, tapi bikinnya juga orang you sendiri kan. Jadi you hanya consignment gitu, titip sama
Ya, benar.
Jadi you ada sebenarnya ada tempat pusat. Terus basically supermarket yang own the franchisee.
Ya.
Oke, ngerti. Oke. Terus balik lagi ke restoran apa?
Restoran Amerika.
Restoran Amerika dari sushi.
Ya, itu Grumpy Mang.
Oke, terus ya kenapa restoran Amerika? Dari sushi ke restoran Amerika, silakan.
I try to do something that I can sell. I started with the Asian food, I don't know, maybe di South ini nggak terlalu banyak, but I don't know, maybe just it wasn't luck or anything. We try to open the Asian restaurant, just like it's no luck. But I still have another Asian restaurant. They call it the Rise Me Up. I just trying something that I can sell.
Okay.
Biarpun di situ ada American restaurant, Pak, kita tetap isinya.
The Japanese restaurant atau apa?
Ya, Japanese.
Okay.
Japanese.
Dan sekarang buka.
They call the Rise Me Up.
Rise Me Up ya. Terus sekarang buka.
Ya.
Restoran Amerika ya.
Mie-nya kayak mie goreng gitu loh. MIE.
Oh, mie. Oke, ya.
Ya, sebab kita ada lo mein, ada apa gitu.
Habis itu you buka restoran Amerika ya. Itu Berapa restoran Amerika you buka?
American dulu, terus saya buka ini. Itu ada, terus kita kerjasama sama restoran juga Pak. Ada Grumpy Mang, 21 Main. Grumpy Mang itu ada 3 Pak. Ada Sneaky Beagle, Buis, Boardwalk Billy's, Captain Jewel, Wahoo, Angel Bar, Murphy Laws.
You beli franchise-nya atau apa?
No, it's
Sebenarnya.
not franchise. It's all independent thing.
Jadi you beli restorannya atau you kerja sama dengan
Bikin.
restoran? You bikin restoran?
Ya.
Ya, jadi konsepnya gimana itu? Saya kurang ngerti, sorry.
Belakang itu jualannya burger, sushi, and beer Pak yang banyak Pak. We have probably like 9 different beers on top, and draft.
Ya, jadi main one adalah beer, tapi burger is one of them ya. Dan ini konsep you bikin sendiri?
Ya.
Okay, jadi it's your concept.
Beer burger, actually beer burger and sushi. That's basically it.
That's all. Okay, that's smart.
Ya, terus ada lagi Sneaky Beagle. Sneaky Beagle basically, I think like most people like their pet, so they can bring the dog, eat outside, and we sell dog food too. It's very good,
Okay, I'm
we're
sure.
doing very good.
Okay, so how many restaurants do you have now?
With all together, it's 15.
15.
Ya.
Okay, plus itu franchisee kan?
Ya.
33 tempat ya?
Ya, di situ.
Okay. So, how do you control that?
The control, tiap itu ada manajer kan Pak. Terus dari tiap 4 restoran itu ada territory manager. Actually, it's not hard. Everything is your fault. But also, some people don't come to work. It's always, you have one restaurant, you have 100 restaurants, you got the same headache.
You get the same headache.
They got the same headache because some people might don't come to work. That's always that case. You got one restaurant, same headache, but different money. You got 100 restaurants, you got same headache, different money. Just put more people, pay more people, make less, but you have peace in mind.
Peace of mind, that's the key ya.
Yep.
Jadi secretnya apa di Pak Heri punya business sampai bisa expand?
Well, now you get to know me a little bit, how I was homeless, right?
Yeah.
If you get the roof on top of your head, that's a plus. Especially if you get used, you got sleep in the car. So I talk to myself. I won't be in between. Either I'm super broke or I'll be millionaire because I will do everything. Basically, saya dari Madura Pak, go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Okay.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Of course, some people think I'm reckless. That's why one of the restaurant I have name it Reckless Rooster.
Reckless Rooster.
Reckless Rooster, because I don't know, but people think might be I'm really reckless, but I don't. If I know I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna open.
Nah, sekarang saya mau tanya ya, dengan adanya COVID, bagaimana tuh bisnisnya?
Okay, COVID itu first of all, I was lucky I was in the South. I was lucky in the South. A restaurant, it was closed for 2 months.
2 bulan, okay.
2 bulan, we got PPP or anything, touch it, we're ready to give them back. But one the other Pak, I'm from my background actually like engineering, okay? In engineering itu ada rumus yang bilang energi nggak bisa diciptakan juga nggak bisa dimusnahkan. And I think that one on the money too. If one money is dry, let's go for something else.
Okay. What's your business
You know
line?
what I mean? It's not always dry. If you dry, that because people don't want to spend, or they might spend something else. The money's there.
It just you have to find where
That's
they
right.
spend the money.
So when that happened in the COVID, you know, the restaurant was not good. Tapi di grocery store, Pak, you know, I was just lucky probably, you know what I mean? Jadi, friend of mine sometimes ask me, how you do it, man? You know, I nearly bankrupt, buddy. You know, what you gonna do? But I was lucky that I have business in grocery store that helped me a lot. Because people cannot come to the restaurant, but they go all to the grocery store.
Yeah, jadi you diversified yourself, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay, but you diversified within the business that you're good at it, which is food.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't do anything else but food, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I mean, that's a lot of things I'm missing when I was working a lot. You know, during the COVID, I just enjoy play golf, go hunting. Look at this run.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's all you.
You know, go hunt, go fishing, or anything, and mostly I buy some commercial property too.
Okay, you're also an investor.
You know,
yeah.
When people scared, that's why you try to get more aggressive, and people aggressive, I got away.
What's your secret in marketing?
People ask me about marketing. I don't do no marketing.
Oh, you don't? So how do you? Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you market in Facebook? You just show the
Facebook. First of all, you know, I told basically everybody that like my my page, the Grumpy Mang or everything, they have chance to get the gift card, and we pick randomly.
Okay, so the more like.
Yeah, they just like, and then we pick up randomly every week. That's why we got so many people that like it. That's easier for us if we got something new. They just go straight to my customer.
Okay.
Saying we have like a $10,000 like, right? People that $10,000 like. Whenever we post something in the Facebook, they go to 10,000 people that really people that my customer.
Pak Heri nggak usah spend uang buat advertising di Facebook kan?
No. We don't.
Everything
do that.
is just
from friend to friend. Yes,
friend.
You could. Bisa juga Pak. Jadi umpama nih, you know, if you desperate to do it, jadi bayar Facebook. Begitu ada orang buka di area, come out your advertising.
Wow.
But
okay.
We didn't. We just lucky, I think. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just tell friend to like from friend to friend, something like that. And then if you like it, our thing, we give you gift card.
Umpama you ada 1,000 like, you undi ya, itu 1,000 like. Yeah, diundi. Yeah,
it's not a lot, you know, just $25, you know, but the college kid like it, you know.
Yeah, that's easy to like it.
Yeah.
Okay, first I like to thank you buat kirim foto ya. Coba yang ini ya, saya mau kasih lihat. Bisa lihat nih foto ini apa nih?
Oh itu restoran saya itu Pak.
Grumpy Monk ya.
Grumpy Monk. We have 3 locations.
Oh 3 lokasi. Dan what's so special about this Grumpy Monk?
Well, you know, the Grumpy Monk itu Pak, we make it almost the foodnya all the food right there 95% make it inside dibikin sendiri Pak. You know, if you go any restaurant, most of the time probably like only 50% they make it. The rest just comes and you know. Masakan Amerika, this is basically burger, beer and sushi. And they have some other thing, you know, some chicken wing, something like that, and quesadilla, you know.
Now, on the chef, do you train them, or you train them yourself, or you have another person who?
I used to train them myself, but now it's like autopilot. Basically, you gotta take off first. When you take off, the control tower gonna take you. I mean, you gotta just take control of the plane. When you're on the sky, just follow the hardest one to take them off, right? To take
Okay, so you have
take
people.
off. Just
You have
get
people who
the-
trained the chef, ya?
Ya, dari chef dan the chef, Jadi kalau kita mau bikin restoran lagi, buka restoran baru, biasanya promote supervisor itu dipromosikan jadi chef.
I see. Okay. Terus yang next one apa nih?
Itu inside ini di dalam, Pak. Jadi Grand Pimang itu 12 yang kemarin datang itu 12,000 square footage.
Oh, 12,000. So it's a pretty big size, ya?
Yeah. All the restaurants kind of like big size.
Oh, semuanya sekitar 12,000, ya?
Ya, yang kecil itu paling Rise Me Up. Rise Me Up itu 2,400 square footage.
Ya. So, istrimu yang mana nih?
Sebelah saya, Pak. Baju merah itu Ibu Konjen. Oh, kita makan pagi, Pak, sama Pak Konjen di rumah.
Di rumah you?
Ya.
Oh ya, Pak Arifi.
This is what we eat right here.
Very nice house. Very nice house.
Thank you.
Ada nasihat untuk pemirsa Kabari yang ingin buka bisnis di Amerika? What is your advice?
Oh, bikin bisnis di Amerika itu gampang. Gampang banget.
Okay, maksudnya gampang banget apa?
The first time I do LLC, anything, I just make phone call. My English is not even very good, but they're willing to help. And also, if you think you can do it, you can do it. Don't let people tell you that you can.
Okay.
Oh, it's happened to me. I told them, screw you. Screw you.
Okay, very good.
Hey, babe.
So what do you think the secret of both of you working together?
Oh, yeah. She's the boss if we work together.
Yeah, so did both you started the same together or obviously?
She started the Rise Me Up, and now she's gonna open the Reckless Rooster and Korean barbecue.
Oh, Korean. Are you from Korea or are you from?
I'm from China.
She's from
China. Okay.
Yeah.
Mungkin pesan terakhir dari Pak Heri apa?
If you can dream it, you can build it. That's basically it. If you think you can do it, you can do it. Don't let people tell you what you cannot do it.
And how about from your wife? Any advice?
What the advice?
Last message.
Yourself. Do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye. Terima kasih Pak Heri untuk memberi banyak informasi. Dan untuk pemirsa Kabari, jangan lupa subscribe ke Kabari YouTube dan juga daftar di kabarigratis.com untuk mendapatkan majalah gratis. Sampai kita berjumpa lagi. Sekian dulu. Goodbye.